If you want to sound more like a native German speaker, do not use S for it every single time in German, and I'm going to tell you why. My name is Carlie, and I am a linguist who helps people use German in practical situations and learn more about German culture. If that sounds good to you, subscribe, hit the like button, and join me for my other videos. So, imagine you are on an idyllic vacation in the Alps, and you're seeing waterfalls, and avalanches, and beautiful flowers.
Huh?
Calm and peaceful. So you want to tell someone that you are having a great time. You buy a postcard, you write a postcard, you go to the post office, you're going to send it, and then you run into someone there and you're speaking in German about what you're doing. So you say, Ich habe eine Postkarte gekauft. So far, so good. Then you say, Ich schicke es in die USA. Now this is where the problem comes. Worst case scenario, it might sound a little bit like you're just like stuffing a mammoth into the mailbox. But don't send a mammoth, okay? Don't send it. That's way too much postage. So this happens to English speakers a lot, that they're using S too much, because in English there's only one gender, which I would classify as the neutral gender. So English speakers don't have to think about this. They just use the and it all the time for everything. But in German, you have three noun genders. There's the masculine noun gender with der as the article. There's the feminine noun gender with die as the article. And there's the neuter noun gender with das as the article. Where are we going with this? Oh yes, if this is the first that you've heard of this, watch my video on noun gender. I will put a link below or up here so you can find that easily. But there's these three noun genders, and every time a German speaks about a noun, they have to be thinking about these noun genders. So whenever you say it, you have to make sure it corresponds to the correct German noun gender. And there are two different methods of saying it in German. The first one is that you use the pronoun for the corresponding gender. And this sounds a little weird to English speakers because you're using he, she, her, his, him to refer to an inanimate object. But trust me, they do this in German. Native speakers do this all the time. So let's talk about how that works. If you're talking about the postcard, die Postkarte, that is feminine. So we're going to have to talk about it like it's a woman. So if you want to say, I send it, you could say, Ich schicke sie. And that would be, I send her. Is what it literally translates to, but it sounds much more fluent than S in German. Okay, and then we have the second method of dealing with it in German, and that is to just use the article. And the good way to conceptualize this is you just start out writing the whole thing out. So, ich schicke die Postkarte in die USA. But you don't want to be repetitive and say die Postkarte every time. So you just remove Postkarte and then you have die left. Ich schicke die in die USA. And that is another way to say it. So if you wanted to say I send a woolly mammoth, das Mammut, that would be das, which is neutral, which is closer to how English speakers conceptualize the word it. So it would be like, ich habe ein Mammut gekauft. I don't know how much that would cost. And then you could say, ich schicke es in die USA. Or you could say, ich schicke das in die USA. Same thing if you had a pen, which is der Kuli, so it's masculine. So if you want to say you bought a pen and you're sending a pen to the United States, you could say, ich habe einen Kuli gekauft. Ich schicke ihn in die USA. I'm sending him to the United States. Bye, little guy. Or you could say, ich habe einen Kuli gekauft. Ich schicke den in die USA. Because it would be, ich schicke den Kuli in die USA. Remove Kuli and you have ich schicke den in die USA. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope you can implement that in your daily speaking and writing, and that will make you sound a lot more fluent and more like a native speaker. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I will try to answer those, or I might even create another video if there's enough information there. But next time you write a letter or say something in German, just make sure you're not telling someone you are mailing a mammoth.